What constraints are there on the pursuit of knowledge? Well, I think there are lots of constraints. First of all, you might think about individual constraints. Because let's face it, we are not perfect. We're not all a genius. Actually, some of us are quite lazy. We might lack motivation. We might have the best will in the world, but we just don't have the mental capacity to do what we want to do. So as human beings, we sometimes are holding ourselves back on an individual level. There are also physical constraints. Let's look at the AOK of history. The ultimate aim of the AOK of history is to find out what happened in the past. That is something that we can never achieve unless we have a time machine. We don't have a time machine. Then you might think about constraints imposed upon us. Here I'm thinking about constraints that come from above. You might think about government red tape. You might think about certain rules that are in place, bureaucracy. You might think about a lack of available funding. All of these things can constrain our knowledge. And also there are ethical constraints. Sometimes these ethical constraints are quite appropriate, but nevertheless they do exist, and they could be an impediment to our pursuits. So think about something like cloning. We can't improve our knowledge of cloning because there are so many rules against cloning all over the world. So lots of constraints you can talk about. Thank you very much.